Okay, so in this video now, we're going to explore going backwards. We've done quite a bit of forward walking in the last few sessions, and now I want to show you how to go back. So maybe start with your hands on your hips just to feel for the moment. Lower your weight on the left, weight on the right. So you've opened your right foot about 45 degrees, weight goes onto your right. Maybe use this hand just to pull your knee up for a second and then drop down on the heel. I don't know if this is universal, but I call this a dog stance. So cat stance is where your feet are with the toe on the left. Dog stance is with the heel forwards. This was from my first teacher 20 years ago. Bring up the knee so the toe drops and it's just above the ground. And then bring this left foot around. So it's like you've got this globe or ball that you're sitting on here, and you want this leg to go around that. So you don't want to just come straight back too narrow. So it's coming around this globe, not going too far. So just a little bit behind, toes touch, and then the weight goes down. I actually learned to do this on sand, and so then you're able to see your footprints, which is a really good way to train. Here I've got a line in the flags, because what you'll see in a second. So the weight's there, you come down, and then this right foot corrects a little bit, just turning inwards to find your cat stance. So we're stepping back in cat stance. So again, step back. It's not easy at the moment. So find your balance, step back, weight goes down, a little bit of correction. This is actually harder to do than in the Tai Chi sequence later. So stepping behind, weight goes down, maybe a little correction through the hip. Step, feel your balance, toes there, the foot slowly goes down, feeling for the ground, and then as the heel touches, the weight transfers, weight's coming back, and then this left foot can adjust a little. So you're in a reasonable cat stance. Let's bring the hands forwards now. So just the left hand resting on the back of the right hand. It makes it a bit easier. So feeling behind, toes touch, feel your way down, weight transfer, correct. Touch, feel down, correct. Touch, weight down. So you can see now why Tai Chi is well known for developing balance. Because it's not easy to do these things, but it gets a lot easier as you practice more. So this is the way of walking backwards in this Yang Style small circle. There's other ways to walk backwards in other Tai Chis, which is also good. And in martial use, you may use this or may use others. And then just feet parallel, step back. Let's come forward again. So lower the weight. Weight on the left. Right foot turns. Come round. We can come round into cat stance. lift up the knee, drop forward on the heel to the dog stance. So this is a way to begin. Hands up perhaps, a bit more upright. Lift the knee up, drop the foot, reaching, feeling around this ball with your foot, touch behind toes, feel down to the ground, weight transfer. So what you're hoping for, or you're aiming for, is not to cross. So here I'm pretty close, but you could just about draw a pencil line between the heels. You want a pencil line, or maybe a little bit of, maybe 2 or 3 centimeters, so that you've got a stable cat stance. What you don't want to do is to come round, step with your toe, heel goes down, and then you're doing Charlie Chaplin. So if you get this crossing of the legs when you're going backwards, there's no balance here. This is not going to create a strong cat stance. So that means when you bring the foot back, you need to remember this kind of ball that's here and come around it. So you're stepping around in a slightly wide arc step, and then when you come down, you're just about possible. I'm actually crossing a little bit there, but as I adjust the foot, then from the hip, then that's not too bad. I've got space. So I learnt on sand, which meant that I was able to see my footsteps and draw a line between them and keep practicing. So it's a body habit to learn. It's easier when you've got the hands forwards because it gives you more balance. And once we get into the actual Tai Chi form, you find it's easier still. But still you need to learn this lower body movement. Let's come forwards again. So when we were doing some Qigong before, we had a practice, do it with the legs open, with the arm coming up to the ear. And then I call this the bird landing on water. So it's like an image of a duck that's landing on some water. It's flying over the surface, and then the feet touch. And for a moment, the head comes up. And I kind of see this in some of the Tai Chi movements. But first, you're cruising over the water, feet touch, head comes up. So we're going to use this movement now with the lower body. So I would practice this walking quite a bit at other times without the hands. I'm sure you realize. So lower your weight, right foot turns, come around into cat stance, and now it's like a string on both wrists. Let them both come up in an arc and settle. So this left hand is higher than the right hand. At this moment, the left hand, I would call it in small, it's a little bit turned in, and this right hand is a little bit thumb side down. Now you need to turn your right hand, so it's rotating little finger side, coming round, up, 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 up to the head. You're stepping back at the same time, so do your toes. Now as you feel down to the ground, your heel's about to touch. As your heel goes down, let this right hand cruise forward, bird landing on water. Turning. So this left hand is coming up towards the head, the right hand's turning with it. So like there's a big ball here. Turning the ball. At the same time you've done your step behind, so we'll find this timing between the legs and the hands in a moment. Cruising forward. And now you might see, as well as the hand going down and forward as the bird on water, it's also coming in towards the center, so there's an arc inwards at the same time. And this right hand is just coming back with the body, so the left side of the body is coming forward, the right is coming back, and that's moving the arms. Rotating this big ball, step around, bird lands on water, rotating the ball, step. So you've got first position, or second position rather, and then third position. So 1, actually, let's see, so 1 to here, 2, yeah, so really there's a 1, 2 with this, so here, step, so feet parallel, circles to close, let's come forward again, lower your weight on the left, right foot turns, these both 2 hands turning, string pulling them up, so you're kind of holding someone's wrist and elbow here. Right hand comes around, start pushing forwards. So this drawing back, rotating the ball. This is called Repulse Monkey. So there's a person here, they're chasing you, and you push, keep them away. So you're pushing either on the chest, or if it's really dangerous for you and against their chin, push their neck back. But yeah, I'd say just pushing against the chest, and then the person grabs hold of your wrist, and you don't want that, and so you want to release your wrist, so you're turning your wrist, so their arm will be locking if it's still holding on, and if they're still holding on, then you push their hand away, and then set another boundary, say keep away. So releasing, pushing away, And also when you're like this, you're protecting yourself. So you're protecting yourself from behind, protecting your head. If this circle is just to here, you're just protecting your head at the side, maybe from a kick. This circle can be bigger, so it's also possible to look behind and to strike behind. And so if someone was behind you, then you can also strike with the hand into the face and you can see what's going on. So there's always variations. So applications or jin in Tai Chi are really universal. You can't just say, okay, it's about this. Every movement has possibilities, and different teachers and lineages focus on different applications, so there's slight variations, and I'd never say one is right and one is wrong. Let's come forwards again. Lower your weight, wait for turns. Two hands come up to hold the wrist and elbow. Right hand's coming around, stepping behind. So you have to play with this timing between the hands and the legs. There's lots of variations. So as you're turning, usually the head is looking at the hand, and then as it comes forward, the head's looking forwards. Or at least your eyes are looking at the right hand and now forwards. Coming forwards again. And last time. So feet parallel, lower your weight on the left, turning, hands come into, this is called strum the lute. So this position, perhaps you can get an image of holding a lute here and strumming it perhaps, or the other way around. So make sure you're aiming at this right hand. So this hand is curving inwards, it's not going straight forwards. It's got a curve and the body's twisting away. So it's up to you whether you do this kind of smaller circle of the hand at the side of the head, or whether you do this bigger movement And then coming over. And it's kind of much longer. Really nice feeling. Feet parallel. Step. Thank you very much.